Worthy Farm, aka the Glastonbury Festival, is like 2 miles that way. But we're here in Somerset to see an extremely rare car, an Audi, that isn't in a barn, and it's not in a shed, and it's not in a garage, sadly. It's in a backyard, in an orchard, where it's been sat for a few years. And this is the car that started the whole RS thing. This is the original RS, the RS2, the world's fastest estate car when it went on sale in 1994. And it's very sad to see one in this kind of a state. But we'll learn more about the story of this car. We will try and fire it up, and we will clean it up on this barn find episode of the Late Break Show. I'm Jonny Smith. Since 1980, Audi had ridden on its unrivaled success of permanent four-wheel drive coupes and saloons. The S1 and S2 Quattros need no introduction, especially in WRC circles. But in 1994, the 4 rings, 5 cylinders and 20 valves were added to what became the fastest estate car on sale. The 315 horsepower, 162 mile an hour RS2 Avant was what happened when Audi collabed with Porsche on an Uber family car project that would redefine the term sleeper. The RS2 could accelerate to 30 miles an hour faster than a McLaren F1, whilst carrying a McLaren pushchair, a dog, and all manner of other paraphernalia for the family in its 370 litre load bay, or 1200 litres with the rear seats down. With Porsche's engineering tattooed all over the 17-inch cup alloys, the 968 Club Sport brakes, the suspension, the engine cover and the side mirrors, this was to be the genesis of Audi's world-dominating Rennsport sub-brand. Some guy called Rohrl said at the car's launch, "I find this Avant RS2 absolutely stress-free to drive. For sure this is what is so fascinating about it. The RS2 is a real alternative to a sports car, but one with plenty of space for peoples and luggage." Now, the owner of the car, Maz, is coming over with a coffee in a minute. We'll talk to him about how it came to sit like this. But I've also called up a guy who knows a lot more about hot Audis than I do in terms of working on them. His name's Ricky Alder. He has a company called RE Performance. And if you remember the Skoda Superb Sleeper that we did a video on that was really successful on the Late Break Show, well, he actually built that car. And he puts twin turbos on Lamborghini Huracans and stuff like that. Ricky knows what he's doing. He's a VAG master tech. He's on his way. And that's why we've got a better chance of hopefully getting this thing running and driving maybe safely today. So Maz, thank you for inviting us along to see your RS.
RS. Great to have you.
So we're in the middle of nowhere in Somerset. This is your sort of orchard, back garden, whatever you want to call it. What the hell is your RS2 doing here? And how long have you had it? So when did you get this car?
Well, I've had it for nearly 25 years, and it's been sitting here for 2 years. It was in that shed over there, that little tent, for a few years. It just got to the point where it was costing so much to keep it up and running.
Right.
Or it needed extra work. It needed a lot of input.
Yeah.
It was running, but it needed more input. And
this was your everyday car?
And I used it as an everyday car over probably about half that period, on and off.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was when I lived in Scotland, it was the getaway car. It was, you know, when I got onto the mainland, you could go anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. So you've done some miles?
Done a fair few miles in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Some years not many, but most years, you know, quite a few.
So this thing, did you bring it over, because it's a left-hand drive one, did you bring it over from Germany or?
No, I bought it from a guy. I had German plates when I bought it. I bought it from a guy in Norfolk, and he'd brought it over.
Yeah.
And I think that was his business. I think he had quite a stream of German cars coming over.
Right, right.
So I bought it from him, and it's partly because the right-hand drive. I mean, there were only 200 right-hand drives made.
Yeah.
So
it is extremely rare.
you know,
Anyway, but yeah.
there are a couple of thousand of these, I think. But yeah, the right-hand drives were, twice the price.
Yeah.
So okay, I can afford a left-hand drive.
You must have read about it, knowing, because this is a proper, if you know, car, isn't it?
I mean, when I worked in London, you just see them discreetly parked up, and you just think, oh, hello, what's that?
Yeah.
And then you notice the Porsche.
Got the mirrors
and
the calipers.
I think the winkers are, the indicators are off a 911 too.
I think you might be right.
Possibly.
I know this whole air dam is different.
Yeah, that's all different.
That rear kind of reflector in between the lights.
But yeah, I was just, I'd spotted them, and then I met a friend who had one, a blue one. She said, take it for a spin. And I thought, oh God, this is amazing. I've got to get one of these.
Yeah. And that was that. And you've got a family, so it's been a family car, right?
Yeah. I've got the old roof box over there, the ski box.
Oh, that was for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could get the whole family in, and it's obviously you could go places.
Definitely. I suppose the big question on everybody's lips is why did it end up doing this? Was it just the prohibitive maintenance costs?
It was the ongoing idea of the maintenance. I mean, it was its last MOT, I think, it only cost the price of the MOT.
Yeah.
But I knew there were, it needed coil packs, the front air dam, quite an expensive item.
You said you had an issue with the caliper and...
I'd had brake, yeah. I mean, because when I lived on the west coast in Scotland, the sea air just ate the brakes.
Yeah.
And they'd sit there for a day, and then they'd be, if they were there for 2 weeks...
It would kill it.
It was a killer.
So in an ideal world then, you do want to keep it?
Ideal world, I would definitely keep it, yeah.
Yeah. And sort of rejuvenate it.
Yeah, rejuvenate it, get it. I mean, it's when you open the door, you still get a little whiff of the leather, and it's
okay.
It's a great car.
I mean, what's hopefully going to hold it in good stead is this was probably the best era for build quality for Audi. Yeah. These things were built to last.
And there's a little bit of rust, but not much.
Okay.
Not compared to the.
You've got another, there is another Audi Avant back there. Is that a Quattro?
That's a Quattro, yeah. It's a 1.9 TDI.
Okay. But that's dead?
It's pretty much dead at the moment.
Yeah.
But I've got another 1.9, so I might put the two together one day.
I don't want this to become a permanent fixture in this woods.
No, definitely not.
It's far too special for that, and that's why we're here. So I've brought a friend along with me, Ricky, who is a master tech at Audi. He should know his way around these cars, and I promise, whatever happens, whether we get it running or whether we don't, that I will clean your car today.
Oh, that's great.
With pleasure. So, and the sun's out, and the birds are tweeting, so it would be great to crack that 5-cylinder over again, because it's one of the best engine sounds of all time.
Yeah, no, it's a great, when it's on song, it's really great.
Oh, what a car to do it in.
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun.
Gosh. Right, okay. When I found out about Maz's RS2, I thought I've got to see if I can get someone along who has a really good understanding and an Audi trained background. Yeah. And have you ever worked on an RS2?
One. Yeah. Audi's press car.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Back when I was at HQ. Yeah. They're super rare.
They are, I mean, the volumes of these, 2,900 sold.
How many UK?
180.
I was going to say, I was surprised.
180.
I was surprised it was 180. I thought it was like me and Dad were chatting. I thought it was like 100.
You could be stumbling back from the Glastonbury Festival, take a massive wrong turning.
If you said that,
fall asleep in a field, wake up at dawn
next to an RS2. People are like, mate, you're still on what you were on Glastonbury. You didn't see an RS2 in the woods.
No. Well, let's have a look at the condition of it, because I was trying to remember whether they galvanised these or not.
Yes, I think so.
Did they?
I think that's the answer, yep.
Because they were very, very well made. So, and I remember at the time the aero flush door handles was a real thing on these. And is it open?
The mirrors. Is this one open?
Is yours open?
Oh, I think the seals is. Oh, do you want to do it?
Yeah. Well, hang on.
That one looks like it might come.
I'm just gonna.
We're not in Arizona, so there's no rattlesnakes hiding.
Well, there's some mildew. Yeah. Gosh.
Oh, you've seen what? Like, that's not bad, is it?
It's not too bad. I mean, they do seal really well, these. Because this was the Aero, the Audi 80 Aero shape, wasn't it? At the time, this was such a modern look.
You've even got a bat phone on the dash.
Oh, has he got a phone?
He's got a phone.
Oh yeah, can you let me in? Might be easier to work it from the inside. Yeah. Whoa, that was a good seal, you know.
Yeah.
That's.
This is why the interior's so good. Like, the interior's really good.
It is, isn't it? Well, I suppose if it's been out of the sun in that kind of polytunnel thing, and then it's been here out of the sun. But oh, here we go. Look, the
even the user manual's got RS on it.
RS2 owner's manual with Porsche and Audi logos.
Old school Cobra.
So, oh no, my nemesis. It does have an immobiliser or a.
I think it's disconnected. Oh no, it does actually.
It's got the dongle.
It's there under the steering wheel.
Yep, I can see it.
Did you used to use the phone?
I did, yeah.
Did you?
I did, yeah. I can't remember whether I had to put a SIM in it or. I think I did. I had to put the SIM in the
bonnet release on your side.
Is it my side?
I think so.
It is.
I heard it.
Yeah.
I heard it go.
And the cable returned as well.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
The little tongue has come out. Oh my word.
Oh, that looks like a little bit of
That looks mousy.
mousy there.
That does look mousy. Also smells mousy.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. That's definitely urine. That's powered by Porsche. Look at that. It's weird, isn't it, that there were so many prominent Porsche badges on a car that wasn't actually a Porsche.
Well, it was, wasn't it? I think it was the last 2,000 or 3,000 bodies were sent over to, from Audi to Porsche.
Can you smell the urine, or is it just me, Ricky?
No, I can smell it too.
Yeah.
Even from back there.
It's pretty pungent.
But I'm looking at hoses and cables, because that's always the worry with mice.
Nothing's chewed.
I can't see anything chewed. Fuse box is completely intact.
They've had a go at the insulation around the coil wiring back here, but I can't see that they've gone through any wiring.
No, you might. I hope we might be quite lucky, and I can get my gloves on and get a brush, and we can maybe I've got like a forensic style brush, can brush all this away. So, as we always do on these barn find episodes, we will always run a number of checks before we think about whether to turn the car over. Yeah. But this is where I'm all yours, Ricky.
Yeah.
I'll be the apprentice, you're the sorcerer.
No, that's cool. Right. I brought my camera as well, so we can pull the plugs, put a camera down the bores.
Yes.
We'll have a cam cover off and have a look at the cam belt, because that's my main worry.
Okay.
We'll put some Motul Easy Lube down the bores and see if we can turn it over by hand with plugs out.
Yes.
Just make sure it's free.
Yeah.
We'll probably take the air pipe out, make sure a mouse hasn't made home in the...
Yes, that does happen a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, you wouldn't think so, but they eat through the air filter and then use it as a rat run.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, honestly, I've done a mouse check before firing a car up before, and we found a full nest in the airbox. Gosh, I hope we can hear this car by the end of today. I mean, I love the sound of the birds, and we have actually got chickens just hanging around us. Mice have definitely gone in under here. You can see near this camera, they've gnawed through the insulation, the soundproofing, but hopefully not gnawed through all of the cables and tubes. But before Ricky starts to take plugs out and things, we've actually run, I don't know, about 17 extension leads back to the house. We haven't, it's just one. And we're going to get the Henry vacuum. The reason why we're using a Henry, this is important, because it's a Somerset vacuum cleaner, proudly made in Somerset. I won't use any other vacuum cleaner.
No.
Dyson have come knocking. I've told them to fuck right off because they're far too expensive and complicated, and they're also not very reliable. So, sorry, but Henry rules.
Oh. Oh. Ooh. Oh.
That's so tight. There you go, look, 20 valve.
Right, all of those come undone, which is actually really reassuring because they're steel bolts in an aluminium rocker cover.
Yeah, and they did sound a bit
Creaky.
Yeah.
So to get the coil pack out, all I've done there is taken the throttle damper off.
Okay, yeah.
So we can lift that out now.
I suppose what bodes really well for you and for Maz is that the car was running when he parked it up.
Yeah.
He just says it wasn't running brilliantly,
Yeah.
and he did say it had one coil pack replaced, but he thought that the other coil packs weren't fantastic. So I think it had an occasional misfire. So if you see another person in shot today, it's Dav there, and he's filming some behind the scenes stuff for Ricky's channel, which I'll put a link to in the description. Oh, that looks
some more paperwork, actually.
Have you?
That's the guy I bought it from. It's not the bill of sale, annoyingly, but...
That's really good, though. The service plan. And I mean, all
bits and bobs. A few parking tickets. C-charge
Oh dear.
from 2008.
Yeah.
But yeah, a few speeding tickets, unsurprisingly. I'll put that there for now.
Speeding tickets, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds like a Punch and Judy show. What the hell is going on?
Sooty and sweep.
Yeah. Have you found any rodent damage?
Not yet, no.
Good. That's good.
I'm just trying to get out that the coil wires goes to the back of cylinder head, and I can't get on it because the air pipe's in the way. So it just looks like age, mate. There's no chew marks on it at all. Just looks.
What year is this car, Matt?
95, I think.
So this is 30 years old.
Yeah.
Sugar Plum Fairy. 30. It's looking good for 30. It should look better by the end of today, hopefully. But
Hopefully.
30. Gosh. Like and subscribe. Please, you don't have to, but you know. So we got the worst of the debris off the engine bay. This is before Ricky takes out the plugs, because there's a lot of mouse bits and tree bits. And
Come out nice.
yeah, really?
Yep.
You didn't have to use any
Nope.
lube? That's really good. That's really good. They're coming straight out.
Coming straight out. 3's open to exhaust because it had essentially cobwebs on it. Look, can you see on the tip of the plug?
Yeah. The usual thing we do on the barn finds, now that the plugs are out, there's no compression. Once we've put a bit of lube down there, we'll see if we can turn the engine over on really slowly, make sure it's not seized. But Ricky's got, it's a boroscope. Look at you with your fancy
Just have a little
internal
look.
examinations.
The advantage of taking the plugs out when you crank it over is you take the load off the bearings.
Yeah.
So while you're building oil pressure, because oil's not nice to bearings when it's sat for periods of time. So bottom of the screen is angled down, so it's
Okay.
Dav's side of the engine because that's the way the engine's tilted. So there you go, look, you see, nothing there?
Yeah.
So if anything's going to settle, it's going to settle on the low side of the piston.
Because of the canted over
Yeah.
engine. Right, I see. Yeah. So 315 horsepower, 302 pounds-feet, 4.8 seconds to 62.
Bloody hell.
I mean, that was lightning fast.
Yeah, for a car
its
back
time.
then.
4.8, 162 mile an hour top speed, all from a 2.2 5-cylinder 20 valve.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, engine uprated from the S2 Audi 80, uprated turbo, KKK turbo,
Yeah.
cams, intercooler, injectors. Not a lot of power below 3,500. Yeah, brakes were borrowed from the 968 Club Sport. Wing mirrors were Porsche. Front bumper, Carrera Cup 17 alloys. When you look inside here, so this is black, I believe this is black Napa leather. So you can have blue Alcantara interior or Napa leather with wood veneer, which this car has. I think you could get carbon fibre alternatively. Most people went for the Nogaro blue, which was the colour it was launched in. But this green is quite something. Really like it. Oh, you could get silver inlays, I think, as well, instead of wood or carbon. And then you've got the white, very of its time, 90s white-faced dials, both down here, because Audi always went for the 3-gauge cluster down here. So that's oil pressure, oil temperature, and voltage. But you've got the diff button here, which controls the torque and diff. 6-speed manual, and even the steering wheel here, it says RS and Porsche. Again, it has the Porsche logo down there. This has not been open in a while, has it? Oh no. See, I thought that was actually a carpet with cobwebs on, but it's not, look. That's water. A lot of water. Right. And this is the ski hatch. Through here. So look, your wet skis could come all the way through the armrest and go into this sleeve, which would then be rolled up and put back in neatly. So cool, so tasteful. So we've stopped for a little coffee break and we've realised we've not been in the boot yet. And of course that part of the boot is what made the RS2 individual. That little...
Still don't know, I've been Googling it.
It's coming.
I was on the tip of my tongue what they call that in Germany. Anyway, I'm gonna... The Avant. I mean, look at the size of that. That's a seriously good boot. And I had a look at your ski hatch earlier. It's immaculate, that sleeve, the ski sleeve. So we've got a bit of a front grille.
That's where the ropes are attached.
Ah, that's what that is, yeah. And we've got some webs and mildew. We've still got the tool wrap, which is good. Still looks mint. There you go.
Spark plug tool.
Yeah. So you think, because...
Hopefully.
Try in here.
Oh, do you think it's in there with the... You're right, it is in there. I just saw the first aid icon, but maybe the first aid and the battery. So the non-RS doesn't have it in there, does it?
I thought it was in the front.
I would have thought the normal Audi Avant was in the front, but yeah, so it's right in there.
That's unplugged, that's fine, that won't prime the fuel pump. I could put a voltmeter on that. Let's put a battery on it. Let's see if the engine turns over. When the engine's spinning over, we can see if a coil kicks out on a plug. And then, yeah, she'll either go or she won't.
We have.
Bremslicht.
Yes, it did,
Right.
didn't it?
So
Bremslicht.
Are these clutch to start?
And there's
Okay, so I put the
little thing in there.
the clutch is stuck down.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Oh, dear.
definite. It's already engaged.
Okay. It's a clutch, yeah.
The clutch
Right.
is on the floor. Yeah.
Just give it a little bounce on the starter then, just a little one.
Right. That was it.
You'll need to do the wee.
Oh, the wee thing. Oh, is it hidden?
Where is it? It's under there. I can do it when I'm sitting in the seat. My hand just goes straight to it. But
Do you want to do the honours, Maz, with the old 90s Immobiliser.
Right, actually, hang on. Yeah, there it is.
It's our second nature, isn't it? So if you do that and then just if you just click the starter on.
Whoa! Stop!
Right. Well, it worked.
It works. A little bit more, mate. Stop!
Is that the alternator belt, you say?
That's the belt I cut, so I just want to try and... Right, take the keys out of the ignition, please, mate. Thank you. Safety first.
In case you don't want your arm wrapped around the cam belt, do you? Ricky's just got Maz to turn it over.
Okay, we're safe now.
He's cut the alternator belt off so that we can access the cam belt. Check it. That's just proved that the engine is it's not seized, it's free with no compression.
Right.
I've got a chicken. I don't know why I'm excited about that. I'm such a simpleton.
We all are. Because obviously the oil has been sat in there a little while, but it should help just break it down a little bit. Okay, mate, crank it over.
More?
Yes, please.
It's nice and free.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
That's your wiper blades knackered now.
Come on, stop.
They won't stop. That's faster. Oh no.
Oh my God, there's even more.
There's a squirter.
Oh,
The washers work!
yeah, they do. That's amazing. They were prime.
All four. All four.
Yeah, we'll have a ticket on it by the end of the day.
All right.
So belt looks good. It's not seized.
No. So I think if we plug the coil back in, pop a spark plug in the end,
Yes.
and see if we get a spark.
Yeah.
The pump's unplugged and the injector's disconnected, so we're not letting anything in at the minute.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. She's alive.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Go on, Em. Oh, look at that!
Big one.
Yeah, you see that?
Yes to the sparks.
Excellent.
And the wipers have stopped, so that's good as well.
That's good.
Ignition's on, yeah?
Ignition's on, yeah.
Voltage injectors. Bosh. Right, so if we do that.
So you're just checking that they will.
Yeah, so at the minute now, look, I've gone to ground, ignition on, and I got 12 volts feeding the injector. So then the ECU should ground the other side. So what we'll do there is we'll put a probe in the ground side.
This is why I brought you, Ricky. I don't have a bag of cables like this.
Right. Do you want to spin it over, mate?
Yep.
So we'll see if we get a pulse. Yeah. Okay, tap.
Yeah. Okay, so it was dipping down to what, 10?
Yeah,
9?
it's doing something.
Yeah. Okay. So that satisfies you.
Yeah, I want to go and check the fuel pump now.
So a quick recap then, Ricky.
So we've had the plugs out, put oil down the bores, and I wanted to turn it over by hand, but I can't get on a crank pulley because all the radiators are bumpering away. But we have spun it over on the battery, so that's all right. We've got the cover off so that we can see the cam belt's fine. We've checked we've got spark, and I've checked I've got ECU triggering the injectors. We've got them disconnected. So at the minute now, we're at the fuel system. The tank is grotty and the pump doesn't look very healthy. But what we want to prove now is whether the fuel pump runs, because we know everything that end is good. Now we've got to get fuel into the rails.
Yeah.
Whether we do something with your can of hope. Our problem is all the feed system is preformed lines on banjos. So it's not, we haven't got a push fit anywhere to join your system into it. So we'd have to either cut something, or if we were going to go down that route. So what we're going to do at the minute now is I've got a fuel line onto the top of the pump.
Yeah.
We're going to plug the pump back in. We're going to put that in a bottle. We're going to turn the ignition
Purge
on
it.
and see what we get out and what the state of it is.
Yeah.
If we get anything out.
Yeah.
If the pump runs, I think we're just going to almost brim it with fuel and send it and see if we get it to cough and splutter.
Yeah.
But as long as we cross this hurdle, she'll run.
Am I right in thinking with pumps, if they work, they work. If they don't,
If they work, they work.
dead?
If they don't, they don't.
Because they're sealed normally, aren't they?
Yeah, and this is the downside. Tell everybody, if you're going to store your car, store it with a full tank. And it sounds counterproductive because you go, oh yeah, but I got to fill my car with 100 quid of fuel. But £1,000 fuel pump. Because the fuel, everything, the air condensates, that moisture settles on everything, and then you get corrosion, even inside a plastic tank.
Yes.
Does someone want to turn the ignition on or try and crank it, please?
Maz, if you want to try and turn the ignition on,
Sure.
I can't remember if the fuel pump primes when you just turn the ignition on.
I can't remember either. We try
I
ignition
think it
first.
does.
Should do.
I'll stand back. So we're not even getting starter motor now.
I don't know whether you tried to start it. Nothing.
No, I'm not hearing anything.
No, right. 2 seconds in. So which one do we think?
What do you think? The pump is dead, or that
Yeah.
Is there fuel? There is fuel over the pump. Can we see?
There is, but we didn't even hear it.
No.
Go again, mate.
That's not enough volts, is it?
Voltage.
Could we try and run the pump from a?
Yeah, I've got jump. If we've got some wire, I can make with my special loom set. I can make
Just a little.
like fly lead.
That we could just run the pump.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep. So that one goes.
Yeah, I've got some wires with a bulb on.
Yeah, it's better than nothing, mate.
Don't know if it'll help you.
Try again?
No, pump's
No.
dead.
Is it?
Yeah, look.
Okay. As predicted. I mean,
So I've got a
you
circuit.
could tap it with a hammer, but I mean, my experience is that when they're dead, they're just
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, it's probably C solid.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we know that's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
I've got that back into there. That's yours.
Yeah.
That's all yours.
So now we're Can of Hope territory.
We are.
Maz, Ricky is ready to go for a start. So I'd rather you man the key.
Yep.
Because it's your car.
We don't know how the Immobiliser works.
I'll stand at the engine end. Yeah, we don't know how the Immobiliser. But so Ricky's doing fuel. I'm doing engine inspection, and you're turning over, and people will watch. And if with any luck, the forest might be alive with the sound of 5 cylinders.
Whoa.
Who knows? I'm excited. So it's okay to not put the fuel pump, air pipe back on, Ricky.
Yeah, I just want to leave it like that for a minute. It
Yeah.
should cough and bang.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's cool.
You got ignition?
I should hope so.
Oh, hang on. Go on then, go again. We just pop in.
Keep going.
Yeah. Right, stop there a minute.
Okay.
Right. They're wet.
Are they?
Yeah.
Right, so that's over fueling.
Yeah, it's like it's not sparking.
So why would it not spark when it did spark when you had the...
That one's better. I might try all. We tried one, didn't we?
Yes.
I might sit all 5 in.
Yeah,
Centre one's not going.
not that one. Is that the only one
That
not
was the
working?
one that was wet.
Right. Okay, so you're going to check to see whether it's the plug or the delivery.
Yeah. Right.
That was a good shower of sparks.
Go again.
And again, yeah.
No.
No. Okay.
All right.
So that is the coil pack dead.
Yeah.
So that says
like a
Audi,
trumpet,
that
yeah.
says Baru, that says Audi, that says Baru, and that says Audi.
Ah.
So the ones with the teats on the end are
Have
Baru.
been, yeah, they've been replaced then.
Yeah,
But that one looks brown.
yeah.
It looks different. Well, what I'll do is stop it flooding. I'll leave injector 3 disconnected.
Okay. And see if you can get it to run on 4.
See if we can get it to run on 4. Right, let's try it again and see what she does.
Oh, hello, hello.
All right, stop, mate.
No stumbling.
What's chuffing?
Out through the
Right, okay.
The plane.
I think
valves.
no, I've got a funny feeling exhaust is blocked. That's coming out the exhaust.
That's mouse stuff. You think mice have gone right up the exhaust? I've never had that in any barn find, but
it's not nice coming out the back.
so it's strangling it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just noticed Henry's got a slightly bloodshot eye. Has Henry been busy lately? Had some hard evenings. Oh shit.
Whee.
There she comes. So you're actually looking up its backside, and what can you see? Is that all mouse stuff, or is it's not padding from the exhaust, is it? It's not a baffle. I mean, if this is the reason why the Audi doesn't fire, because it's
Well,
backed up.
Yeah.
It's basically got mouse nest constipation.
So we've proved we've got fuel at the rail. We've proved we've got spark. I've disconnected the wastegate and driven it up off the manifold to prove that the exhaust is not causing an
Strangling
issue.
it.
Yeah. And it's still sort of not doing anything, it's still kicking back. So we're just going to pull a rocker cover off and have a look because I think you've said before you've had valve sticking, haven't you?
Yes, I have had valve sticking, and sometimes, yeah, they're not that stuck, but they're stuck in.
This is enough to not have compression.
Exactly.
Because we can get it to sort of fart almost, but
Yeah, you can.
wow,
Well, it's wet up there,
it's wet.
so that's
Got a lot of
good.
pressure.
I don't want to, when most of the cobwebs and dirt have been vacuumed. That's good.
Well, what about if we sit that back on, we just do a compression test then? Because there's nothing obvious there. All the lifters are sat up. If a valve was stuck down, you'd expect the lifter to be sat down, like sunk away.
Yes, and they're all up.
And they're all up. I mean, you're obviously going to have a little bit of... That's what I tried to do by pulling the return out. And now
Yeah.
if you run the pump, you can hear it trickling back to the tank.
Yes. It doesn't carry that much fuel in its system, does it?
Wow. Right. Do you want to try and crank it over, mate, see if it goes?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's near. Yeah, it's near 200, 180.
Strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do. Right, plugs back in.
Yeah, pressure's... She's all right, she's up.
Go on, Em.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How strange, not even spluttering.
No, and I would have expected that to go with.
Yeah. It's not arcing as you...
It's not sparking at all.
This is weird. So in theory, we're getting fuel to at least one cylinder. And we've got...
Yeah.
certainly got sparks when you take all the core packs out.
Yeah.
So in theory, when you put them back, they're still sparking, but then they might not be.
They might not be if the amp hasn't got the guts.
So which is that?
Mm-hmm. So the next thing now is you unplug a coil and or basically you'd get a scope and you put a scope on the injector and you put a scope on a coil and see if they're triggering.
Right.
That now, it was popping back and it's not even doing that now.
No. So by taking this off when we check the lifters and everything, maybe have made
Well, have we made that worse?
Have we made it worse?
Yeah.
Do you think it's that wiring?
Wow. Let me swap these over a minute, mate.
That would be really annoying because we've gone through a process of elimination, but in the meantime,
Wiring's been messed
potentially the wiring's been interrupted.
Mm-hmm. Go on then, and again, please. All right, stop.
You've gone very quiet, Ricky.
Because now I'm out of... like the next thing now would be a scope. Because I don't think it's a ground, because if it was one ground, it would be all of them.
Right.
Or sorry, they're individually grounded. So there's 5, if you look, there's 5 ground wires.
Yeah.
Yeah? There's one main ground wire for the primaries,
Yeah.
and then there's 5 triggers. And we've got it dead on all. We've got dead on all of them. We're wiring diagram and scope next. Because it would be check the output to the amplifier, check the input to the amplifier. That rules them 2 out. And then if I've still got nothing out of the ECU, then it would be check the cam and the crank signals.
Yeah. Right. Coinciding with the thunderstorm, we've decided we can't get the car to run today, and Ricky's had to go. Ricky's really deflated and he really wants to come back. So there's a chance we will put in this video that a few days from now, when I'm not here, Ricky might set to work on the Audi again.
Sorry guys, I'm a Larry letdown. I was trying to get it started and sorted, but Audi make no parts for this anymore, and neither do just about anyone else I can find. So the main issue is the fuel pump. I need a fuel pump, but not just a drop in. The state of the parts inside the pump is so bad that I can't just change the pump. I need the whole hanger assembly, and it comes as one big sort of cartridge, drop-in cartridge. And I've reached out to a couple of breakers, and either they don't get back to you or no one's got anything. So if you've got an RS2 and you want to send me a complete fuel pump, then let me know. Yeah, Audi Heritage, which is you apply for an account in Germany and you buy everything direct from Germany. Don't have some of the parts we need, so I definitely need a coil. I need a fuel pump, and I need a crank sensor. So if anybody can get hold of those things or knows anyone, then holler at your boy, because we are seriously struggling to find parts for this. But not what I wanted. I was hoping I'd have it banging for you, but until I get those parts that I can, safely apply fuel pressure and safely sort of get it running, then we're just kidding ourselves really. But yeah, what a wicked little car.
In the meantime, I want to give it a little clean. I'm going to inflate the tyres, and then I'm going to carefully pull it back into a bit more of a clearing closer to the house with electricity. I'm going to give it a little bit of a wash down. Not a full detail, but I'd like to see how good the bodywork is underneath the algae. I think it deserves it, don't you? I tried to give the RS2 as good a spruce up as I possibly could, knowing full well that what appeared to be a thunderstorm was looming closer. I didn't go to town on it, it would have been lovely to, but you could see that underneath all that algae and that mess, there wasn't a rotten, hideous car at all. There was just a tired but very, very solid, and actually amazingly well preserved given the circumstances, RS2 in that brilliant green colour. I would have really loved to have spent a bit longer detailing the RS2 because it truly deserves it, but the weather came in, and it came in hard. Sometimes on these barn finds on the Late Break Show, I don't get the car running, and it does leave me slightly deflated. But we did the best we could with the tools and the expertise that we had. And I want to say a massive thank you to Ricky at RE Performance. And I also want to assure you that this car is going back on the road, and what we did that day has definitely acted as a catalyst to get it back on the road with an MOT. Thank you so much to everybody who's watched this. Thank you for all the people who have subscribed to this channel so far, and especially a big thank you if you are a Patreon and you support us every month by giving us a few pounds, and those few pounds give you early access to videos like this and a weekly blog about what I'm doing behind the scenes.